Let's bring in former White House press secretary and Outnumbered co-host Kayleigh McEnany. How do you think President Biden is feeling today?
Oh, I imagine it's pretty rough because there has been reporting for a year plus, Jesse, saying that every single day he has been following Hunter Biden and the legal matter, so much so that aides will bring it up to him and he will kind of erupt. So aides kind of tiptoe around him. They don't want to bring it up, even though it is a live political story, one that we talk about often. And the White House press briefing, there was supposed to be one today. There wasn't one. I imagine they didn't want to field questions on this. So I imagine as a father, this is a tough moment. He doesn't even want to talk about the politics of this, but he'll have to at some point.
But the verdict does contain the potential thrust into his own personal and financial affairs. And so do the tax charges. They have been walled off from anything against Joe Biden. So at the same time, as distraught as he is about his son, his addiction, and his conviction, he must feel politically insulated from any future exposure.
I think he does. Look, I think I would be stunned, Jesse, if Hunter Biden did not take a plea deal ahead of the tax charges.
Really?
That is where you start getting subpoena power. Yes, that is where you start getting subpoena power over all of these bank accounts that Comer is talking about. He subpoenaed them on the congressional level, but they start coming into a live court case. There is simply no way they allow that to go to trial when they know they've got, to your point, if you don't want to pardon Hunter, you've got a commutation in your back pocket. You're either going to be a lame duck president or a second-term president, more likely the first. He's going to pardon his son. His son's going to take a plea deal. I would be stunned if he allowed that to go
And he
forward.
would take a plea deal to serve any time? Because remember, he rejected serving time in the first plea deal that blew up.
Yeah, look, I think he learned a lesson. He overplayed his hand today. The facts are supposed to match the law in order to get a conviction. This was a slam dunk case. The facts match the law. He lied on a gun form. Tax evasion. Either you paid your taxes or you didn't. In his case, he didn't. This is a slam dunk. If he would have taken a plea deal today, it would have been much better for him when it came to sentencing. Would have gotten a much lighter sentence. So why would you not do that with the tax evasion where it's slam dunk?
Right. And right before the second presidential debate, when everybody in the country really starts paying attention. All right. Kayleigh McEnany's never broken a law in her life. Have a great night.
Never. Thanks, Jesse.
Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You won't get it anywhere else.